Welcome back. Today I've got another ink review video for you. This one is by Arcus Artisan and it is called Cabbage Patch. So of course I had to get this one and we need to open this up to try it out. So I'm going to open it, I was going to open it from the bottom, but I think they've taped it shut. It looks like they have. Let me see. And I do this because I like to have the inks on display in their boxes because the boxes help protect them and keep them safe. And then the boxes don't look beat up because I don't tear the little sticker. So it helps them look nice a little bit longer. Although this one did get a little bit beat up in shipping, but that's how that looks on the bottom. Set that aside and look how pretty this bottle is. That's crazy. That looks really, really nice. And then you've got all these little sediments down here. So I'm wondering if this might be a pigment ink, and from what I understand, because I am still new to fountain pen ink and everything, I have heard that the pigment inks tend to be waterproof. So if that's what this is, and if that's the case, then this might be a waterproof ink. I'm going to see if it says anything about that on here. Don't see anything about that on here. So maybe not, but if I find out, I will let you know. But this is a really interesting green, and I don't know if it has shimmer. I don't believe so, but I might be wrong because I don't recall seeing anything about that on the listing. And I'm still shaking this bottle, so I apologize. I want to make sure all that gets mixed in. It looks like it's getting there, so one moment. Okay, I think I got that mixed up about as good as I can. Let's go ahead and do the swatch real quick. And they've got, okay, so they've got these little rubber stoppers, but instead of rubber they use plastic, and they're really hard to get out. I remember this from a different ink of theirs that I reviewed. These are really hard to get off of here. I may pause. I'm going to pause this and come right back. All right, I think I got this just about off here. There we go. Okay, got that off the bottle. And now let's try the swatch. Okay. That is a really pretty green, very bright, but not overly saturated color. Let me see if I can get it to enough of it to lay down here like it's supposed to. There we go. That's better. Okay, we'll do a couple swirls here and put a little bit extra down here. I'm going to see if there's any shading or anything. I'm not sure what to expect from this one. And it's a really bright green. Alright, and I'm going to try to pop some of these bubbles because I feel like whenever we get these bubbles here, the ink doesn't dry like I want it to. It leaves designs on the paper that I didn't intend for. Okay, there we go. That's better. Alright, that looks good. Alright, now we just need to write the name on here. It's Cabbage Patch. Okay, and we'll set this aside here. I'm going to try to pull this out without wrecking it. There we go. Alright, so far this is how it looks, and then we will try this with some regular copy paper first. Alright, let's see how this looks on here. Because sometimes we don't have the access to the nicer papers depending on what we're doing, so it's always good to test this on some of the cheaper papers in case that's all you can get your hands on. Alright, it's Cabbage Patch. And this is on copy paper. Alright. So that's how that looks so far. We'll give that a minute to dry. And then try that on here also. And of course this is the HP 32 paper. And this is a lot smoother. It's just another type of copy paper, but it's got a nice coating on it, so the ink just lays on it nicer, and it's a nicer writing experience. Oops. So this is what I would consider, let me write this down here. I can't write and talk at the same time, apparently. This is HP 32. But yeah, I consider this paper a good go-between, or not go-between, I'm sorry, in-between option for inks. If you don't want to use copy paper, but you can't get something nice like Tomoe River, this paper usually performs really, really well. And you can still sometimes see certain special effects in the inks so that you don't totally miss out. Because there are some inks that they just aren't going to look the way they're supposed to on cheaper papers. Alright. And this one is Tomoe River paper, so if there are any fun effects in this ink, it'll probably show up on this paper. Out of the three, it's the most likely to show off some nice effects. There we go. Alright, Cabbage Patch. And this one is Tomoe River. And we'll draw some lines. So this green is really pretty. It's a very happy color. It does look like there is some shading. And the lighter color is very, very bright, in my opinion. And it just gives it a very happy look. And I definitely like that about this ink. So sometimes the vibrant inks, they're not necessarily like a happy color, but this one definitely is. I'm going to get this lid back on here. There we go. I'll screw that back on so I don't spill it. And that's how the bottle looks. Very pretty bottle. So I'm going to give this a second to dry, but yeah, this is a really pretty color. It lays down real nice on the paper. And this is the copy paper. And I like the way this writes. So even on the copy paper, there's no feathering. I don't see any issues. Yeah, I don't see any issues with this at all. I think you could easily use this on copy paper. And this is on the HP 32. It looks a lot smoother, but that's because the paper is smoother. And this is the Tomoe River paper. So this is one of those nice inks that's going to look about the same on all the papers. There's not a huge difference other than just how smoothly it lays down on the paper. And then on the HP 32 and the Tomoe River, there's a tiny bit of shading that comes out, and it just looks really nice. So I do like this color and how it works on these papers. I'm really pleased with this one. This is a really nice happy green. And let me show you the swatch. Yeah, it looks pretty dry. And yeah, there is some shading you can see around the edges down here. And you can see how it starts out light and gets darker down here at the bottom. It says Cabbage Patch in the writing. You can see the shading. So this is a really nice green. Just a simple green, just simple happy green, and very springtime and pleasant, and I really like this one. So if you're looking for a really happy green that performs well on all the papers, I think this one might be a good bet, in my opinion. So I'm very happy with this ink, and if you'd like to see some other reviews, just leave a comment down below of what you'd like to see, what inks you'd like to see me review. And if you want to see more, just like and subscribe to see more videos. And thank you so much for watching. You have a great day.